Oh.
Would you look at that?
Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? You're listening to Is This Radio On? You're on WZMB 91.3 FM Greenville.
That's correct. And today we have a fun little tier list with Mr. Gilby, and maybe some history behind these movies as well.
We'll see it. They're putting a lot of pressure on me, but we'll see what we got.
So should we rank them, or should we just give them a score out of 10?
We can probably give them a score out of 10 because I feel like ranking them will probably be like, well, which one did we put where?
Right. All right. So which one would you guys like to start with? Should we just go down the list?
Well, yeah. First, we can go down the list and say what movies we got going on.
Okay. So just list all the movies and then.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Number 1, Coraline. Number 2, Frankenweenie. Number 3, Nightmare Before Christmas. Number 4, Corpse Bride. Number 5, Edward Scissorhands. Number 6, Big Fish. And number 7, Sleepy Hollow. So that was not ranked number-wise. That's just
This what's on the list.
collection we have.
So I guess starting with number 1, what's your opinion on Coraline?
I gotta be honest. I give it 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I think it's a comfort movie if you grew up kind of enjoying creepy things.
Yeah.
Because it definitely there are moments that I still watch it, when you get the button eyes and everything, and it still gets me just a little bit to this day. But it's also kind of a comfort movie, so I'm gonna give that an 8.5.
Okay.
I learned recently that it was based on a book.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
It was Sorry, I'll let you go.
Oh, no, I'll let you go on your... I feel like you're about to
learning
say a
something
whole
new
history.
every day.
So little history lesson. Basically, from what I know, the writer of the book moved to a new place with his family / and he had a younger daughter. I think her name was Coraline. It might have not been. But basically the daughter was this house is boring and weird, and there's a lot of weird passages in the house as well, secret little nooks. So she was this is so scary and stuff. So the dad wrote a book about the house they were in. But obviously it's not a true story, but it was just the house in Coraline, the movie was based off, and book was based off the house they were actually in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool, yeah.
But obviously not a true story.
Yeah.
Because,
But it's also a story that a father was writing for his daughter, which that makes it kind of cool, yeah.
But anyway, sorry, continue.
I think something I heard while he was writing the book, he had his daughter read it, and it was too scary for her, but she wanted to be nice, so she said it was fine, and then he sent it off to the publishers.
Because I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure that was her whole thing. She was scared of the house and stuff, and he was okay, I'll write a book about it and whatever. She was the main character in it. I don't know if her real name was Coraline, but I think it was, but don't quote me on that. And then she was more scared of the place because he was there's spiders and this creepy old woman
in your walls.
and literally
people with button eyes.
Literally.
All right, up next.
Oh, what do you rank it, or number?
Oh, number, I agree. I give it a 8.5. If not, I give it a 9.
I would give it a 9. But that's just, I'll go with an 8, actually. Not even a point.
Oh, wow.
Just
Just a solid 8.
8, yep.
All right.
Next one.
All right, we got Frankenweenie.
I gotta be honest, this is one that I have not seen.
Really?
I have not seen Frankenweenie. I know that I probably should have, and it sounds phenomenal, but I have not. So I'm gonna just go a neutral score of 5.
Okay. That's so valid.
I think it's a good movie. I like that it's in black and white, and it's kind of got the whole kind of Frankenstein aesthetic going on, but it's just a school lab science fair thing they have going on. I don't know. I just don't think it's as good as the other ones, so I'll probably give it a strong 7.
I remember seeing it, but I don't remember it, if that makes sense. I remember scenes in it, but it's not something that stuck with me.
It's always been the kind of movie you watch once as a kid.
Yeah.
And you're oh yeah, it was fun. And then that was about it,
So I feel I would give it a 4. Just because I feel if I was to rewatch it, it would be above a 5. You know what I mean? That's just me. This isn't on the list, but I wanted to add this. Paranorman.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I did enjoy Paranorman.
Paranorman was fun, man. There was that one scene in it where they were walking together, and I don't remember what it was, but he was saying something about being alone, and he was like, "Well, why can't we just be alone together?" And I was like, for some reason that scene always stuck with me. I loved that line and everything. As far as the rest of the movie goes, you know, cool. It was good. I'll give it a 7.5, just simply based on that line alone, because I very much enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that. I think I agree. Like, I give it a 7.
I will also give it a 7.
All right, up next we got Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas, I gotta be honest, it's a perfect 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
It's a perfect 10 out of 10.
I'm glad we all agree.
The musical scores, you got Danny Elfman in there, you have Tim Burton directing, you have the beautiful, like, I don't know if it was claymation or if they did, like, wire stuff, you know, like...
It's, like, such a beautiful looking movie to look at, even now.
It absolutely is. And also, like, I have to give it props because my favorite game of all time is Kingdom Hearts. And you get to
that was probably the best level on there.
And you got to go to Night Before, and it was the coolest one the entire time. They played the soundtrack the whole time. It was incredible. So 10
Even
out of
like
10.
the Keyblade you got from that world was like so cool looking.
It was like some sort of like, it looked like in the second game it looked like a candy cane.
I think
in
it did, yeah.
First game it looked like a pumpkin.
Yeah,
because
like
you
the
went to like the
base
Christmas world in the second game, but the first one it was focused on yeah. Both it was 10 out of 10. Phenomenal.
Beautiful. Awesome movie. Yeah, 10.
10. But also to add to it, I think what makes this movie, there's obviously so many things that make this movie so great. One of the things is you can watch it in both seasons, which I think it's more of a Halloween movie personally, but I think it's appropriate to watch at Christmas as well.
I watch it twice a year.
Period.
100% twice a year, yeah.
And I also feel like this is one of the few movies, like, growing up, I was really scared of, like, the villain, like, the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Like, I was
Boogie,
terrified.
dude, yes.
Him and then
He's a bag of bugs.
Literally, like, terrifying. Like, if you want to kill Santa Claus, like, literally terrifying.
I ain't gonna stop you.
Literally. So he was, like, one of the few, like, animated villains that really scared me as a kid. Like, because I'd be like, he's gonna kill Santa Claus.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on The Corpse Bride?
Corpse Bride. That's another one, I gotta be honest, 10 out of 10. Those are just kind of easy, give it away on those.
I agree. I think Nightmare Before Christmas, it's like the 10 out of 10 comes from like mostly the music, but Corpse Bride, I think it's just the vibe of the movie.
It really does. It has an incredible vibe, and also like the story there, like it's so, you know, it's a happy sad, like I was saying earlier. You know, it finishes off where you're like, oh, you know, I was rooting for Emily, you know, like she should have been the one who ended up with Victor, but Victor and Victoria, you know, like.
Well, she's alive.
That does definitely help her case.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just the way that she, like, that movie ends, I don't know.
Oh, it is beautiful.
It's so good. And also the soundtrack to that one, you can't quite put it with Nightmare Before Christmas because that's, you know, just top tier. But it's right up with it.
Yeah.
It's right up with it. Every last little thing according to plan. Whatever that song is, I don't know, that always gets stuck in my head. Yeah. I don't know.
I was just like the worm in the movie.
In the apple.
Yeah. He's just got that face going on.
What number do you give it?
Oh yeah, I give it a 10. Good movie. Love that movie.
Controversial.
Hate to see it.
I like the movie, but I know. I'm sorry. And I really like the movie. I don't disagree with anything said. However, I think I like Coraline better, and for that reason, it has to be less than Coraline. So I'm giving it a 7, which is just crazy.
Hate to see it.
But that's I can't be a sheep. I must be a shepherd.
Completely understand. You could always just give Coraline a higher rating and then put that one
I will
up to
give
like a
Coraline.
9.
I give Coraline an 8, so I'll give Coraline a 9. Corpse Bride an 8.
All
right.
That sounds about right. Okay.
I'll accept
Up next, Edward Scissorhands.
Listen, you just listed my favorite 3 Tim Burton movies in a row. I know I sound like I'm just You get a 10. You get a 10. I'm like Oprah Winfrey out
I
here,
realized
you know?
that, like, halfway through making the list, I was like, a lot of these are pretty high.
Yeah, so these are all my favorite. Edward Scissorhands especially. You know, the whole when it snows, you know, he's doing the whole ice sculpture thing, and Winona Ryder, the whole thing is phenomenally done. Like I said, I wrote a song based off of like trying to learn how to play the main theme of it. So if that says anything, yeah, that's another 10. I know, like I'm just giving them out, but
I also just love how like creative the movie is. Like he just got like just for hands, and he's also like just trimming like a bunch of bushes to like look like art and stuff. I love that part. I think I'll give it an 8.5. I'm trying not to give everything like 10s.
I can't help it.
Controversial take.
Hate to see it.
Listen. I think it's an amazing movie. I feel like it's not fair to, not fair, but like, I just think it's such a different vibe than all the other movies. So it's hard to be like, rank it between the other ones, because like, Coraline and Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride, that's all kind of the same realm.
Yeah.
And obviously it's the same, whatever, Tim Burton. But like, it's hard for me to be like, okay, Edward Scissorhands, where would I put that between Coraline and like Nightmare Before Christmas and Frankenweenie and all that?
Yeah.
And I really like the movie, but I just, I'll give it an 8.
All right, I'll accept an 8. Honestly, like that's a fair thing. I always just liked how they had like a commentary on like how it was like this, you know, suburban town. Everybody was all very much the same the whole time. You know what I mean? But then like as soon as somebody different popped in, you know. Really fed into my emo phase back in the day.
It's like no one really understands us, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Grinch, if you think about it.
The Grink.
Another fun fact, Miss Winona Ryder is actually from Minnesota, and there's a town in Minnesota called Winona, so she was named after the town in Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So that's another fun
And Johnny
fact.
Depp is from my hometown, so just throwing that out there as well.
Yup.
I'll just hold
next
it.
movie.
Next movie we got Big Fish.
Big Fish, for me, I love Ewan McGregor in just about everything he's in. I'm not gonna keep handing out 10s. I'm not gonna keep handing out 10s, especially because you also see Danny DeVito's.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's just bare, and you know, so yeah. So
the movie's called Big Fish for a reason.
It is. And I gotta be honest, great storyline. Everything is phenomenal, but I gotta go. I don't think I can give anything on this list below an 8 besides like the ones I hadn't seen. So I gotta go 8.5. I very much enjoy Big Fish quite a bit.
I haven't seen Big Fish yet, but hearing about it, I think it's next on my list for Danny DeVito. I was gonna give it a 5, but I'll give it a 6 for like Ewan McGregor too.
I have also not seen Big Fish. I've seen clips of it, but I wouldn't qualify that as seeing it. But I do think it sounds really funny, or like just good overall. So I will give it a 6 as well.
All right, and then last up we got good old Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. As I was talking to you guys earlier, the animated Sleepy Hollow is for sure a 10 out of 10. This one, it's fantastic. Like I said, I love Johnny Depp. Also, I'm pretty sure it has Christopher Walken as like the Headless Horseman. So that's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
You know, I just enjoy anything Christopher Walken's in. Overall, though, the production quality and yada yada, for its time, it was good. I think the story was great. I'm gonna go not in a half, but just a straight 8.
I haven't seen the movie since I was really young, but I think from what I remember, it was pretty solid. So I think I'll give it a 7 from what I remember.
I am in the same predicament. I saw it when I was younger. So I would give it like a 7 as well. Now real quick, there are 3 important questions we ask every guest.
Yes.
The first one is, are you aware of the Harry Potter, like, little small book written by J.K. Rowling?
The little small book?
The indie book.
Yeah, the indie series Harry Potter, yeah.
It's kind of up and coming right now.
I am
The Harry
not.
Potter
No.
series.
I thought you were talking about the play.
Oh,
The-
no.
That was I don't remember the name of that one, but
Yeah.
I read that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, there's in this Harry Potter, whatever
Is this
universe.
like a fanfic?
It-
Like what?
I mean, you could look at it that way. I'm sure it's on Wattpad somewhere.
I mean,
I mean, like the way
obviously.
J.K. Rowling changed everything after, it might as well have been.
She has an insert fan fiction right now.
Yeah.
Completely fair, yeah.
But so there's 4 houses or like sorting places in there.
Mhm.
There's Gryffindor, which is like the brave people. There's Hufflepuff, which is like the loyal people. There's Slytherin, which is like the leaders, and then there's Ravenclaw, which is like the wise people. So where would you put yourself?
So I have a very specific answer
Okay.
for this one. On Pottermore,
Okay.
Okay. He
because
said that, okay.
You
I
took the
did
quiz.
take
Alright,
the
good,
Pottermore
good,
quiz.
Yes.
I was Slytherin.
Mhm.
Okay.
However, every quiz I've ever taken,
Uh-huh.
if it gives a percentage, like
Yep.
what you are,
Yep.
I was almost always tied between Gryffindor and Slytherin, so I'm basically Harry Potter. Like, is what I'm
Basic-
saying.
that
I'm
sounds like-
basically I'm the
okay.
main character, is
Oh,
what I'm
wow.
trying to say
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Wild over
Wild.
here.
What was your Pottermore?
Mine was Hufflepuff.
See, mine was Gryffindor, but I feel like I'm Hufflepuff.
Your water sign is Hufflepuff, is what
My
I mean.
water sign is Hufflepuff. Is crazy.
Name your big 3.
Literally. The second question we ask is, so do you know a little indie game called Pokemon?
Oh,
Ever heard of
I'm
Nintendo? My dad works for
huge
them.
into Pokemon.
My uncle owns the company.
So do you know the app Pokemon Go by chance?
Absolutely, I do. Yeah.
All right, so there are 3 teams on Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
There is Team Valor, which is like they fight, for their place kind
the
of
red
thing.
team, right?
Red
Yeah.
team.
You have team.
There's Team Mystic, which is like the nerds, and it's the blue team. And then there's Team Instinct, which is the yellow team, and they're like just chilling kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like they're cool.
They're there for a
So
good time.
They're exactly.
They're there to have fun.
They're there
yeah.
to have fun. What team are you?
Team Mystic. Gotta go blue all the way. Oh, are you both Valor or something? I
we're
heard
both-
somebody say something
Oh.
about Gryffindor.
We're both instinct.
Oh, all right.
Instinctors.
I'll be honest, I
Uh.
was on Instinct when I first started
Mhm,
the game,
mhm.
but then I quickly switched over to Mystic.
Hate
so.
to see it.
Now, why is that?
Were you backing down because you're getting bullied?
Yeah,
No,
real,
no.
because
Hate to
the
see it.
instinct bullying is crazy.
It was
First of all-
absolutely wild.
I won't back down for that, but also like at the end of the day, it just came out to a simple aesthetic thing. I like blue more than yellow.
I guess
So-
understandable. I guess it really
And
does.
also, Mystic just sounds cool.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess it really just boils down to like what your favorite color is.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. I feel like we had a third question at some point.
What's your opinion on Heelys? Should they come back?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever the pandemic hit,
Mm-hmm.
I got on eBay and I bought a pair of Heelys.
I have a pair in my closet like
Yeah.
right now.
I need to put some WD-40 in them because they got a little rusted
Uh-huh.
up.
Yeah,
But I actually wore them around when I worked at a hospital in Owensboro.
that's smart.
Mm.
It was. I was working in the stock room,
Yeah.
so like I was doing materials management, and I was just skating all over the place.
You love to see it.
And towards the end of the day, every once in a while, I would,
Mm-hmm.
I would try to. It wasn't technically allowed to go up on the floors like
Yeah.
that, but
Mm.
I would
Yeah.
if it was late enough and I knew the people who were working.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they would ask me if I wasn't wearing them that day. They were like, "Yo, where are the Heelys at?" You know, it seemed to
Yeah.
brighten up their day. So Heelys, 11 out of 10.
Period.
100%.
I do think they should come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was once in a talent show, and I was just Heelying the whole time.
Real.
You love to see it.
It's embarrassing, but I could Heely backwards and do like a little,
Like a moonwalk?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I thought I was really cool for it, but looking back, maybe not as much. But
Have you ever
know.
gone to like skate parks with the Heelys on? To like.
So no, I was more of a scooter guy.
Okay.
I
the
always
scooter
was
guy.
rocking those scooters. I once hit a tail whip, and it was very cool.
Okay.
Love to see it.
Exciting.
Besides that, yeah, it was not that great.
That's so valid. So valid. Well,
Well, thank you
Um,
so much for coming on
yes,
and
greatly
letting us
appreciate
pick your
it.
brain.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's been fun. If I had something to plug right now, I would. But just listen to cool music, watch cool movies, and listen to cool radio stations like this one.
Thank you.
Real. Is your music on YouTube?
Only on WZMB.
Oh,
wow.
As the only way you can find it. I do plan on releasing some stuff on Spotify and Apple Music and yada yada, whatever, Bandcamp. That being said, I've been saying that for like a year, so we'll see how it goes.
Valid.
It's like it'll come around eventually.
Life is hectic, but if you want to check out anything I've done, go to WZMB. Check out some of their,
You got some sessions.
some of their live sessions. Yeah.
Real. Cool. Well, thank you so much again. I think that's gonna do it for us.
That's gonna do it. Up next, we have good old Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Don't shed a tear because
Tears for Fears. They're making it.
Because, yep.
Yeah.